Continuing their battle with the recurring fiend, Volok's mental state was quite clearly shattered. Beryl's magic had pushed him to an excessive edge, allowing the heroes to finally gain their victory over him. And just when the creatures that made up the so-called worm that walks, Raphael flashed back to a broken Tulok and the pivotal information he once revealed to him about his long-standing enemy. Acting quickly, the heroes made to destroy every piece of Volok, trying to worm their way to freedom. And once their enemy was truly defeated, the heroes needed to seek a way out of the underground swamp they found themselves in. Finagling with various mechanisms and levers on the pipes that ran through the cavern, a dam at the southern end opened to reveal another way through the Temple of Nimbaloth.
We were just talking off air about, I don't know, all kinds of bullshit. We got ourselves all revved up here. And we're all giggling here, but something was mentioned, and it was the cult classic Napoleon Dynamite. And it made me think of how I was one of the few that I know that had the rare experience of being able to see that in the movie theater. I think a lot of people saw it when it released on DVD, which was not long after its theatrical release. And but the reason I got to see it, there was only one reel that went through the 4 Atlantic provinces in Canada, and each province had it in one city for 1 week. And because that film was made by Mormons at the Brigham Young University in Utah, I think it's in Utah. I'm pretty sure it's in Utah. Where I grew up Mormon, as we all know, and someone from my church was like, "We got to go see this movie." He was like a youth leader kind of thing. It's going to be hilarious, and we went out as like a church outing to go see Napoleon Dynamite. And I remember watching it and thinking, I have no idea what the hell I'm watching, and I had no idea what kind of a impact it was going to have on a certain population. But it was the gnarliest thing. And so anyway, it's one of my earliest memories of like going to see a film. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen, with its legacy. And it always, I just was always one of my favorite moments to go see that film and reflect on it. So I was wondering if anyone else here has ever had that opportunity where someone dragged them along to see something and they had no idea what they're walking into, and they just like can never forget it and absolutely loved the experience.
Well, I just want to start off by saying that our experiences seeing that movie were probably pretty different.
Oh yeah.
Because I watched it on DVD and I was high as a motherfucker. Because I'm pretty sure our, well, I mean, for me, that was probably junior high school was, having not grown up.
You and I would have been similar. Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably a little different.
Time goes in the same direction and at the same length for Mormons and non-Mormons. But
I doubt it. But you never read the tablets, Dunk.
Neither did he.
You know what? My dad took me to Mighty Ducks 2, D2.
Oh, yeah?
And I knew exactly what was coming. I don't know why I brought this up, but that was a fucking good movie. And also there was a fire alarm during it. So we had to go outside, and then we came back in and it was still fire.
It was still.
And that's it.
The film was still fire. The not the cinema.
Yeah.
Not okay. So they I thought you were saying they let you back in while it was still on fire.
Hey, the movie was too hot.
That's funny because I don't really like sports, as we all know as well. But I remember watching those children's sport films as a kid and loving them. Like Mighty Ducks was a big hit back in the day.
It was so fucking good.
And they did name a hockey team after it.
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean, big marketing opportunity. We named a basketball team after Jurassic Park, so it's not like we got much going on either.
I've always wanted to have one of the Trinidad. I wonder if it's Trinidad or Trinidad and Tobago, but anyways, the Trinidad tie-dye jerseys that they played against. So fucking sick.
Oh.
Anyways, carry
I
on.
don't remember.
So I got dragged, not really dragged because I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, but I wasn't super feeling going to see Die Antwoord in Toronto. I lived in Montreal at the time, and a friend of a friend had come party a few times. Like we went to Osheaga, the big music festival there, and saw a couple other shows, and then he was like, well, come on, let's just go see Die Antwoord. And I was like, nah. And I mean, I don't even really like Toronto because it's such a fucking nightmare to navigate, and we were in goddamn Mississauga and had to go downtown for the concert, and I was like, this is just gonna fucking suck.
Yeah.
And their music is like, I don't know, if you're not in a room with people that also like it, it doesn't really always go down so well.
Mhm.
But goddamn, Die Antwoord puts on a fucking hell of a show.
I bet they do.
Absolutely enamored with how much of a grimy, great, awful time it was.
There's such a strange vibe that group. It's the weirdest thing, but yeah, I could see that would be a good show.
Mushrooms were a weird choice for that vibe, but we came out of it more enlightened people, I think.
Their concerts are fucking wild. I saw them at Pemberton Music Festival outdoors, and it was some of the heaviest bass I've ever felt in my entire life.
Oh yeah.
Like I wasn't even close to the stage, and it felt like an earthquake. It was wild.
Yeah, and just like so many costume changes, and the light show was fucking nuts because we were in like this club setting. It was dope.
No way. Cool. Cam, do you ever have any surprise shows?
So I did see Napoleon Dynamite. I did see Napoleon Dynamite in theaters, and I remember I didn't find it that funny the first time I watched it. Like I legitimately like the only part that made me like bust a gut was the farmer, everything on this gun sticks. And just like I was like, I get it now. Like, but yeah, I guess for a show that like blew me away, that I just had like no expectations, it would probably be seeing like The Chariot for the first time. And nobody's gonna know what that is, but they're like
I know who the Chariot are.
I'm sorry?
I've seen the Chariot.
Oh,
I've
hell
seen
yeah.
the Chariot with Census Fail.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
they
yeah.
were great.
No, yeah. Okay, so but I just remember Josh Grogan's mic died like the second set in, and he just starts slamming the mic stand into the fucking floor. He's going up underneath the drum set and just punching the hell out of the drum like table or whatever. And like he's still just screaming his fucking lungs out. Like you can hear him in the crowd over fucking everything else. And yeah, they were playing with As I Lay Dying, and he has a song with them when he was with Norma Jean, and everybody's like, oh, you know, where the fuck is he? Like, and then he just runs, and this is the first time I'd ever seen anybody clear the security line, clear over the security gate, and like land in the crowd, and they just start standing up screaming down at people. Like I was like, what the fuck? It was like one of the most intense shows. And anytime you see The Chariot, like it's gonna be just the nuttiest thing you've ever seen. Like, yeah, like he would just hang upside down from rafters screaming. Like they would light stuff on fire. Like they are literally nuts. Like it's one of the craziest shows I've ever seen. And yeah, 10 out of 10.
Wild. Reminds me of there's Duncan will remember probably the artist named B.A. Johnston, who used to roll through town once in a while. He's like a really eclectic Canadian dude, and he always has like a sailor's hat and scarf on, often plays without a shirt, and you know, just some like blue jeans. And he he makes all his music and puts them on CDs and then puts them in like a Discman and plugs that into the speakers and then just goes bah, 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 in a microphone like this weird gravelly voice. But he's just so energetic and in the crowd. And the place Duncan and I used to work, the couple times I saw him, he would always inevitably in the middle of a song drag his microphone out into the crowd, crawl over the bar and put his head under one of the taps and just open it and take a drink and close it again. And just no one stopped him because it was just part of the show. We all thought it was so funny. It was just like this short round dude with no shirt on with all the energy in the world and just put on a crazy show. Yeah. And the place would be packed.
Let me put this forward to you, Freeman. Would you stop him?
No, I stood there and watched him and having a laugh. I would never.
But I mean, if it was your bar,
no,
you were bartending.
No. I mean, no, I was bartending.
Oh, you were bartending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! I thought you were at the show.
I was working, and I was like, "This is what happens. This is what happens with B.A. Johnston."
Fucking love it.
And I'm talking like his songs are like he's got a song just called McDonald's Coupon Day.
Oh, hell
like
yeah.
It's that kind of
I love
weird
that
shit,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's pointless trash. But we packed the place for some reason. He was so popular and everyone just loved him because it was like purposely shit, you know?
It's like a super wholesome Maritimer G.G. Allen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Horse the band starting Nintendo Core. That was a fucking hoot. That was another band that I saw that was like, what the fuck is this? But I love it. Like,
well, let's give James a chance to throw in here, though I have a sneaking suspicion that James has never been surprised in his life.
Well, I actually don't fully understand the question. Is it something we experienced that we were like surprised how much we enjoyed it? Or
Yeah,
are you
walked
asking
into
about
something,
something
like,
we experienced?
knowing nothing about what you were
Okay.
about to experience, and then it's just like, boom, it hit you, and you're like, wow, I'll never forget that. That was amazing. Like whether you were dragged
okay.
there or walked into a movie you never expected.
Right. I have a lot of those. So I used to live down the street from a venue in London, Ontario called Call the Office, and we would just go there Thursday and Friday night, no matter who was playing. So
Oh, yeah.
there is, I can't remember. So one of my old friends has a comic book shop, and we used to work conventions downtown Toronto. We'd go to like Fan Expo and stuff like that and sell comics. And one year he took me to see the band that was playing, and I had never heard of them before, and I can't remember their name in this moment. But they dress up like Transformers, and they just do covers of songs from the Transformers movie.
oh,
Really?
hell
Like the
yeah.
lead singer dresses up as RC, the drummers rumble. There was a Rodimus Prime. I think he's still in it. I can't remember the name of the band to save my life, but they were really good. They were essentially just like a cover band that did the Transformers, the movie, the soundtrack live.
Honestly,
So ridiculous.
sick as hell. I'd go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were awesome.
The pure dedication to one specific thing, you know, just for the fun of it, you know, but like that takes so much work to probably to just piece all that music together, put all the costumes together, and for what? A laugh, you know, and a lot of
Yeah.
people to laugh along with you. It's a noble thing. It's wonderful, but it's so crazy.
Yeah. And my apologies. I just looked it up. They're called Cybertronic Spree.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
That's a sick name.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll send you all some photos. But yeah, I was just totally blown away by what I was watching, because not only are their costumes made of cardboard and amazing, they are excellent musicians. Like their music kicks ass.
Oh,
That's
that looks
awesome.
cool as hell.
Yeah, and they've expanded since then. So I think this is them now.
Cool.
You know, there's a Shockwave now, a Bumblebee, a Soundwave. Like it's just they're a lot of fun.
It reminds me of the band Tupperware Remix Party.
Yeah, I was going to
Mm.
bring them up actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have like their own costumes that they do every time, but like they're full on, and they are rocking musicians. It's just like
Yeah.
wicked high energy, like dancey rock music. It's really fun.
Yeah, they got started in Halifax, and I remember like when they used to play at that bar that we used to work at,
Yeah.
they'd just come running in like before their show. They'd run around the bar just all in their costumes, getting like super high energy. And I think
Yeah.
they moved to Toronto after they got pretty big with like Ninja
Mhm.
Sex Party and stuff.
If
Yeah.
they didn't have the voice modulation thing, they'd be
Mhm.
infinitely better, because I don't like that
Yeah.
shit. But they have some fucking jams.
Scotty in the Zoo only approves of the au natural dulcet tones.
True to extent, because Chromeo, they can get away with it.
Yeah, they had their moment, and all of their stuff kind of sounds the same though.
It's a bona fide 11. Speaking of dulcet tones,
Hello.
Harold has just waltzed into a new room beyond this watery dam. And I've I realigned your tokens all a little bit just to put them. They were kind of scattered when we last left off. So just throwing that out there. But yeah, this dam has opened, and you have stepped into this new room that has a strange sort of like gathering of reeds and plants in the middle of like a pool. And the water coming through the dam is coming from this pool and it seems to be fed by a stream of water going under a wall to the west. In here, the ceilings are about 15 feet high, just so you know. And Harold, just as you step in, you start to see the plants shake, as you might expect.
Oh, no.
But what you don't expect is that the entire room suddenly starts to spread with like creeping vines and like floral tethers, and the entire room starts to just out from the center, spreading in every direction, goes out, and it starts to head towards you, Harold. And even like as it comes by your feet, it starts to head out past you and towards Beryl and into the other room, and everything is just like spreading in every direction. And before you know it, the whole place is just covered in these like vines and like these kind of waggling, tethery kind of plants.
Get back! I cleave then.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
I'd rather not.
And see how this goes down.
Could we have safely said that we healed or nah?
Yeah, I'm going with nah.
Because you kind of just threw us in. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, no. We had plenty of time.
Because what happened
You know what? I'm going to roll a natural one about it,
Okay.
Freeman. I'm going to roll a natural one about it, Freeman, okay?
Because
You're happy now?
the dam opened and Harold went through. That's it.
Damn it, Harold.
What do you want?
So
I want you to slow down a little bit. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm doing your voice.
all right, you got a natural one. What's your total?
Hey, 19.
Who else got what?
28.
Ruff will stabilize the timeline
Oh,
to give him a 25.
Nice. Okay.
And 27 from Nick.
Okay. 27, 25. Okay, we will start the combat with Harold. Tangling vines everywhere. What do you do?
Are they doing anything to me?
Right now they're still just growing and sort of like just waggling around. They haven't done anything to you yet. I will tell you that they're going to cause not a difficult terrain, but a minus 10-foot circumstance penalty, as they seem to try to wrap around your ankles a little bit and just like hold you back. But like literally tiny ones, like all over the place.
Okay, I'm gonna do... Is this like a creature?
You haven't seen one yet.
Well, I want to roll something, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to roll exploit vulnerability or esoteric lore.
Well, you have to have a target for exploit vulnerability, I think. So.
Yeah, it's the fucking vines, dude.
Roll me esoteric lore.
Middling. 31.
I'll tell you this much. This is undoubtedly a spell that's been cast. It's called Tangling Creepers.
Do I know anything about this spell?
Yeah, why not? Whatever cast this would be able to put these tangling vines to use into like kind of whipping out and grabbing and pulling people around, or like, you know, holding them in place, that sort of thing.
Okay. I was like a master. You heard it. Master in perception and survival. I want to know what the fuck is going on here. Like, do I see some sort of creature up in these bushes? Have I heard of a situation like this before? What do you want me to roll?
Yeah, there's not much to go on here. The bushes are big enough and thick enough that you haven't seen anything through them. You can't really see beyond the perimeter of them. And no, there's no particular connection that you can think of like that's common of bushes and suddenly this spell.
Son of a bitch. Harold will push Beryl out of the way, down into the left or right,
Okay.
so that she is no longer in the straight line,
Okay.
and then we'll jump out of the room.
Okay. So, just quickly leaping through and saying, Beryl, get out of that. And clearing the entrance. Anything else from you?
But that's if Beryl is a willing pushy.
Beryl will accept the nudge.
Then he hops out and he's like, watch out. It's going to pull us towards them bushes in the goddamn middle of this room. Ruff, I suggest you do the same. Same with you, Nick.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, that might have been an extra turn.
Don't worry about it right now.
Good.
Nick, you're up.
Nick will delay.
Raphael?
Ruff will spend one action to roll an Arcana, I guess.
Sure. Trying to...
Identify the level of the spell and the list that it's on.
Okay.
It's a 38.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is, in fact, an arcane or primal spell, traditionally, and it is a 6th level spell.
Okay, he will then spend his next 2 actions casting... So, like, they're starting to writhe around his feet, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so he will do the melee version of Ignition, and he will just reach down and put fire on this thing.
Okay.
That's a 28 to hit.
Sure. And you're attacking the vines, like, in front of you, in your own space?
In the space in front of him, because he has 5-foot reach.
Sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say that, like, you successfully just burn away a bunch of these vines, but it's pretty obvious they're going to start growing back.
No sounds. He's listening for like shrieks or hisses or anything to denote the location of the caster.
No, not in this case.
All right.
You hear nothing.
That's all 3 actions.
Okay. Beryl?
I've been thinking, just...
What you thinking about?
There's so many... like, the fact that over half the party is below half health, and we're just opening doors is crazy work to Beryl. Let's go ahead and... I'm genuinely perplexed. I almost want to just stonewall this and say fuck it, but we do need to get through. I'll delay for now and see what happens.
Okay.
I know that it's gonna go to the top of the round, but am I still sickened, by the way?
You were sickened by the scent of the room, right?
It was that or Volok. I don't remember.
Yeah, so I don't think Volok was able to impose it on you.
Okay, then yeah.
Volok didn't do shit, actually.
That's pretty true.
Yeah.
Shut down pretty hard with that natural one. As long as you're in that room, that sickened condition remains. So you can't reduce it. So yes, you are still, and even if you leave, you still got to reduce it by the normal means. You haven't had a chance. So you delay top of the round, and suddenly there is a strange mist that starts to come out of the bushes and spread across most of the room that starts to obscure your vision quite a bit.
Oh no, an obscuring mist.
Ooh.
Quite literally. Harold, you're up.
Now, I'd like to defend myself real quick. I may have opened this door before we healed. That may be crazy work.
The door opened itself.
Door opened itself.
In my defense, I was high on killing Volok. And was making bad decisions. Left, right, and center. So, you know what? Sorry,
Really easy to
party.
get high on that, yeah.
What are my options for closing the door?
Can Nick hop in before Harold acts, actually? Since he's
Sure,
already-
yeah.
Yeah, I would like to use the Pearlescent Pyramid Aeon Stone and one action activate the See the Unseen
Oh.
effect.
Oh, okay.
So I get Envision as the activation, actually. So for one round, I gain the effects of See the Unseen.
Okay, cool. So, See the Unseen.
Gaze pierces through illusions and finds invisible creatures and spirits. You can see invisible creatures as though they weren't invisible making them concealed. Oh, it's probably not going to work here because it's not invisible. It's concealing itself with stuff.
However, I believe that will help you. Oh no, it makes them concealed instead of invisible. Yeah, I mean, you could. It's not a bad move, but also, yeah, you don't know if it's invisible or if it's just hidden by that brush or what have you. So it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it, and then ready in action. Ready.
Okay.
A strike, I guess.
All right, activate that, and yep, it doesn't reveal anything that's been invisible, and there doesn't appear to be any illusory effects around as well. So you're dealing with something reasonably tangible. Harold?
Boom. Can I close this door?
Closing a door involves going back and hitting all those switches and cranks again.
Nice.
That's what opened it.
If you Barrel's ready to step in.
I will delay.
Okay, Barrels steps in.
All right, Barrel will produce the die.
Okay.
And then whip it around the corner.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay. The die.
I roll a d10.
Yes, you roll. I'm going to pull up now here. It's been a while since I looked at it. But yeah, you're going to basically 2-action roll the die. You can roll up to 30 feet away from you, and you will roll a d10.
Okay. D10 rolling. That is a 10 on the die.
A 10 on the die. Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Shining Child incarnate.
That sounds good.
Well, here's the thing: is you have rolled it onto one of the facets of the die that is actually incomplete.
Ooh.
There's one broken one. And there are 2 incomplete. Basically, if you roll it onto this, you can only draw half the power from normal. So I will have you roll a 1d100, and it will only do the arrival effect or the departure effect. It will not do both. That being said, you also have the option to use your reaction to Toy with Fate and nudge the die to one of the adjacent faces from the 10 you rolled.
And then in the future, you can nudge it back, basically?
In the future, because it's a fortune effect, you can choose one now, but the next time you try to do it, it will always go to the one that's least helpful.
Determined by you.
Which means it could roll from a full one to like this one where it only has half the power. Yeah, determined by me, basically.
Gotcha.
Or rather, there's only 2 adjacent faces, so it always picks the one that's worse if it's applicable.
Okay. Well, I already rolled a D100 and got a 14, so I assume the arrival happens.
Yeah, so the arrival effect happens. So here's where do you roll the die to? You point that on the.
Basically, let's go 30 feet right here.
Okay, so right into the bushes.
Yep.
Okay, so you just toss Volok's die into the bushes. Roll. You maybe you just can't even see where it lands, so you don't think to toy with fate. You're like,
Yep.
Okay, we're going with what we got, and suddenly, a shining child just leaps out of it. Yeah, it's anyone who has been following Encounter This for the last couple of years will know a little something about the shining child. So this horrible thing, this like somehow emaciated yet incredibly muscular, like small gaunt form pops out. It's got this unnaturally wide mouth and these big empty eye sockets, and from each is like this glowing intense light, and it's got long flowing hair, and there's motes of like astral energy floating all around it. And as soon as it arrives, the caster must designate up to 3 targets, and the Shining Child gains 3 actions, and they can use all of these actions with map to attack a target. If there are no targets, the Shining Child selects at random. Here's what I'm going to do is you can choose to guess where a target might be.
I'm going to guess here to the west and a little bit south of where I initially put it. I just want to blow up these bushes. I just
Okay.
just perish. Trees.
Yeah. So sorry, can you ping to where you
here, and here.
All right, so the Shining Child just pops up and just points a finger, and out of one eye, out of the other eye, and out of the mouth, and like following the pointing of the finger, just like bam, 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 and these just like fire rays shoot into the bushes right next to him. And roll me a let's see, roll me a D100.
Okay. 91.
And roll me a D20 plus 16.
Plus 16, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11 for 27.
Okay, so all these fire rays like start blasting off, and the bushes start burning away, and really a really disgusting smell. And you suddenly you do actually reveal the creature right in the center of the bushes, but you've missed it. You've singed all of the bushes and reeds away, but you've managed to expose this thing.
Oh, God. Juicy and yucky are the two words that I would use to describe it.
Covenant.
It looks a bit like the Halo Covenant. It is this sort of two-legged with like human feet, but like fat sort of belly body, but its arms are big long tentacles, but it has really no discernible face or head. It's just a big jumbled pile and of lumps.
Looks like fish eggs, just a pile of fish eggs.
Well, that's what they are. You could tell almost immediately that this is larvae. Like it is covered in larvae. That's what, one turn to draw?
One to draw, two to toss.
That's the one, okay. So maybe no damage gone through, but a very effective use of that die right now because it's looking a bit rough. The only downside is that mist is still obscuring your vision. Harold, I guess you're up or you delayed. You can insert yourself here now. I don't know what you want to do.
I delayed.
Okay. Raphael.
Does Ruff get a good look at this creature?
Not a good look, no. The mist is obscuring your vision, so it is effectively concealed to you. Whether if you're outside or even within the mist, things are concealed.
Let me rephrase that. Did he see it enough to be able to target it?
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. One action, he will draw the wall of fireball. Second action, he'll just drop it dead center of where these plants used to be.
Okay.
20
There you
foot burst. So that's a reflex save, please.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to hit the button, but I did, and it rolled for this creature, and it was a sweet, sweet natural one.
Hey-oh.
Oh.
Because suddenly, fire is just lighting up all around it, and then ba-boom, right next to it, this big fire goes off.
Be 30 points of fire damage as this fireball explodes.
Okay, boom. You explode this fireball. Most of the reeds just disappear. Perhaps even some of the mist burns away all of a sudden, and like tons of these vines and stuff. You know, I'm actually going to say everywhere where that fireball is, that 20-foot burst has burned away everything for now.
That's the entire room.
It is the vast majority of the room for sure.
Yeah.
So where you see my thing now, you can see it's still there. It's that space. You actually put it in the same spot the obscuring mist was planted. So the entire mist has disappeared for now. But I'm going to let that come back probably shortly. But yeah, you have a pretty sick opening here. Anything else from you, Ruff? That's one to draw, one to cast, or two to cast?
All two to cast, yeah.
Okay.
The fireball seems to have cleared out the mist and the reeds. Now, I think would be our moment. But be careful. This thing looks like it might pop at any second.
It doesn't look like the creature itself was too perturbed by your fire, but its surroundings definitely were. Harold, do you want to jump in?
Is Nick up next, or...
Nick reinserted himself earlier.
Yeah, I put myself after Harold, or in front of Harold, and then Harold delayed to where he is now.
Okay, I will go.
Okay.
Can I see the creature from where I am?
Yes. Well, around the corner, but yes.
Harold turns the corner and moves directly for this creature. Boom.
Okay.
Up in his goodies.
What's your movement speed from that corner?
25.
Okay, yeah, because I let the tangles go away. You're good.
That's right, I know. Exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
Ooh, 22. So fail?
Yeah, it's a fail.
You know what? Screw you. This might be risky because I don't have a lot of hero points, but I'm using one.
Okay.
So brave.
Going again.
So brave.
Natural 1.
Let's go.
Son of a bitch.
I'll tell you what, you can't reuse it now, but I was thinking earlier that I think I owed you and James some hero points for that little improv flashback scene from last episode. So take a couple more on there. But yeah, you're stuck with a natural
Did you
one
say a
here.
couple
What's the critical
more?
failure you get with this? No, well, between the two of you.
Okay, so I'm off guard until
Oh no.
until the beginning of my next turn, which is Soup's chill.
Yep, Soup's chill.
But you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna attack right now.
Okay.
27 to hit.
Miss.
Bitch.
Not your best turn. Oh my god.
All right. Well,
Oh.
see you later.
Ran in, self-imposed off guard, miss. So this thing, Harold, you get up close, you're like, what the hell is this thing? Oh my god, I've never seen anything like this. This is terrifying up close. Swing and a miss. And you can see, like, whatever burn marks it had, they just start to, like, the larvae starts to move across those scorch marks and it just starts to rejuvenate itself right in front of you. And then this thing is going to suddenly heave an expulsion of the larvae from its weird head place in a 30-foot cone. And so it just spreads out, goes right into your face, goes past you, out through the door, and even starts spraying onto Raphael. I need you both to roll a reflex save, please.
I've been thrown up upon.
Like, we killed Volok just to get an even grosser swarm of shit belched at us. Thanks.
Yeah. Right.
Are we the gross
what'd you guys
crew
get?
now?
26.
26 is a fail.
Natural 1, hero point 28.
Okay. Also a fail. So you're both going to take 38 points of piercing damage as the swarm of larvae just start to, like, feed on your skin and your persons. Yeah, they're just, like, covered all over you. And it's gross. It's very disgusting. And I also need, now that you're covered in these things, I need you to roll me a fortitude save as well.
Who?
Oh no.
Because they got some disease in them.
32.
32. Okay, 32 is a success.
20.
20 is a fail. And unless you have a hero point, you will become sickened 1.
Just spent it.
It's always James the sickened. Always. Those poor shooties. You are sickened 1. This does have incapacitation, but I'm pretty sure I did them. Yeah, it's not applicable here. So, Blablam. That is 2 actions from this creature. It is going to spend its next action. Oh, by the way, just for the record, you can't really tell, but this thing suddenly becomes stupefied by its own expulsion.
Been there.
And but it is going to whip a tentacle right at you, Harold, for 25 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. Nirkash, now you're up.
Oh boy. Is any of this bushy goodness difficult terrain?
It would have been, but it's all been blasted away by a fireball.
Okay, so just a standard sudden charge on in here, 40 feet.
Real quick, in the name of keeping the GM honest, what's the onset of that disease?
It is immediate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it is immediate, yeah.
Okay. Well, I tried, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, arriving there, a swing out with a 27 to hit.
27 misses. That's like the third 27 against this thing, I think.
Yeah, that was a bad roll. 4 on the die. No hero points. Map -5. 2 on the die with a 20 to hit. We are in trouble, folks.
Okay.
So
Beryl,
he
you're up.
also, horrified, just starts, like, poking, but it's like trying to, like, get a bunch
good.
of grapes with a fork or something.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, I'm always forking grapes and failing at it.
Or peas.
Single tong fork. Tong?
Isn't that just a knife?
I was gonna say, isn't that a toothpick?
Yeah, you eat with a nice pick. Forget about it.
Yeah.
God.
Forget about it.
Stab, stab, stab. Forget
All right,
about it.
Beryl,
But
you're
yeah,
up. What do you got?
Beryl, you said fire was not effective, correct?
Didn't seem to affect this creature particularly well. No.
All right. Beryl's gonna clamber on into the room It's 5, 10, 15, 20. Clamber on over here. One action. Second action will go ahead, and I just can't get away from it. I love doing it. I'll never stop. Try to trip this creature. That's a 17.
No.
No? Okay. All right. Damn you, sickened. Last action, raise a shield.
Have we been rolling d10s?
Oh,
think you might
I
be,
have
yeah.
been. That explains. I rolled a 4, by the way. Yeah.
Mistake. Raphael, what do you got? You cleared the way, but
He will yell into the room to start. I think I'm dying. I'll catch up when I can. With his first action, he's going to move out of the line of fire because he's not doing great, being down to 13 hit points. And then with his second and third action, he will draw a healing potion moderate from his pack. That is his turn.
perfect. And you know what? Just for extra clarification, that you cannot remove this condition until the affliction itself is removed. It's not even 1 hour. In 1 hour is your next tick of the disease. Okay, so that's you?
Yeah, that'll be him.
Seems chill.
Okay, cool.
No, it's not, because you can't drink when you're sickened, so he can't heal himself. He just doesn't know that because Ruff has never tried to drink while sickened. Arthur has.
Arthur's been down that road. In fact, the very first time Arthur ever got sickened was from drinking something when we did the beginner box.
Knocked him out for a while.
So
Yeah,
good.
count Ruff out of this fight is what I'm saying.
Okay, Harold, you're up.
Harold, going again. Exploit vulnerability on this muff. 33.
We love that.
33 is a success. Yep. What do you learn?
I am going to select mortal weakness, cold.
Okay. Yes, it's got a weakness to cold. Harold learns quickly.
And because Nick has that little ring, he also is going to be able to exploit this.
Oh, nice. Forgot about that.
That's right, baby.
Awesome.
Pinky ring shit.
Awesome.
That's right. And then now, while in flanking, he will strike out with Le Cleaver.
Okay.
30 to hit.
Flanking hits.
Yeah, baby. Okay, that is going to be 15 points of damage plus the 10 gold.
Okay.
And then, you know what? Fuck it. Gonna strike out again. Actually, you know what? That's not true. Because I am real low on hit points, I am actually going to use Intensify Vulnerability.
Okay.
That means that my my implement will be better for next turn if I need to use it.
All right, that's your turn.
That's it.
Okay. Things are looking rough right now. You can see this thing starting to mend its wounds continuously, and it doesn't seem to be really bothered by everything you've done so far, though it is still bleeding. And it will go ahead and
Die. It shits itself and dies.
No. It is going to... Let's see here. It's going to step away from the middle of the room and not be flanked by almost everybody. And it's going to swing a tentacle out towards Nick for a 26 to hit. Oh, I'm rolling terrible on those.
That misses. He's going to use Step Away as a reaction, and let's take him up to the southeast of the area.
Ooh, okay. Repositioning, and then this thing will continue to follow you as you do that and try and swing a second time at you. Natural 1.
Haha.
Miss.
So this thing didn't do much that turn, but I will say that the Stupefied comes off. It takes 1 bleed and succeeds its flat check. Nirkash, it's your turn.
First action will be a
Nirkash, hang on just one moment.
delay. All 3 actions, actually.
Bam, look at you.
Okay. Beryl, what do you got?
All right, gonna go ahead and stride forward to the northeast, 10 feet
Okay.
to flank with Nick. And then we'll go ahead and... Oh, you said cold is good, right, Harold?
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Okay, let's see if I can remember this one. And we'll go ahead and cast Frostbite. And I succeed at my stupefied check, so I need a basic fortitude save from this creature.
Okay, fortitude save incoming. 28.
28 is a meet to beat, so you will take half of 18 for 9, plus whatever your weakness is.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely like jeers away. Some of the larvae like freeze up and start falling off of this creature's head and like body. It didn't seem to like that at all. And you can see that its wounds aren't exactly healing up anymore.
Okay,
Ooh.
get them, Nick.
Okay, and Nick, flying into action, scary as can be, will do an intimidating strike. 31.
Yeah. 31 hits.
So 15 damage, 12 piercing, 3 sonic, and you are frightened 1.
Okay.
You're trying to tell me an egg sack can't feel fear, Freeman?
Facts.
Okay, so you swing down, you deal 15 damage, including your sonic, but the fear does not seem to strike into this creature because it has a swarm mind and is immune to mental effects that target a specific number of creatures.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay, a less intimidating map -5 strike for a 37 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that hits.
And a further 12 damage, 1 sonic, 11 piercing.
All right, little more damage done. That's not too bad. Raphael.
I'll be in in a minute, I promise. Oh,
Take your time.
oh no. And he will uncap that healing potion and try to drink and immediately be revolted by it. So instead, he will spend his first 2 actions casting heal.
Is there not
once-
something in the game? I could be wrong. I think there's a feat somewhere where you can like roll a flat check to see if you can get a potion down 1 second.
There's potion sponges, I think, is what you're thinking of.
Oh, really?
I think
No,
it's an
I'm
item.
definitely thinking of like a feat of some kind, or not like an item.
You can roll fortitude check to hoop it.
Or it's just like a weekend warrior feat where you're used to waking up hungover and slamming stuff.
Yeah, no. Raphael, the weekend boy.
That sounds like
Oh, only lemon jello shots.
right. So he'll spend his first 2 actions casting heal, once from the Delaying Aeon Stone, and once from his Faith Tattoo of Pharasma for a total of 7 back.
Yay.
Okay. You have a pearly white
yeah.
as well? Or no?
Yeah, he does, but
Go ahead and roll me what do we do? A D10 to see what round you'll actually heal on. Maybe you've already healed one. Do the
It's
cam.
1
The
HP.
cam. Yeah.
4.
Round 4. We're on round 4. Take 1 HP.
All right.
It
21
ticks.
of 116.
That's amazing.
And sickened.
Okay.
So that'll be his first 2 actions, and his third action he will sheath that final healing potion. Or
Okay.
set it down gently, whatever you determine one action is.
Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. You're gimping yourself enough. Harold, what do you got?
Okay,
Action economy is real.
let's fucking go, biatch. Harold picks up the mirror dangling from his belt. As you all know, it's a piece of stone, actually, and glints it, thus summoning a second handsome gentleman.
Mirror Harold.
And he will strike out
Okay.
with the cleaver. And that is a...
Sorry, I'm gonna burst your bubble a little bit here, maybe, but now that Raphael's turn is complete, the obscuring mist is suddenly formed and back enough to make this thing concealed. So I'm gonna need you to roll a flat check. DC 5.
17.
Okay,
Suck it,
you're
larva
good,
boy.
Okay. Okay, so you rolled a 38 flanking. That's a
Yeah.
hit.
That's just a hit?
It's just a hit.
Hmm.
It ain't far away, I'm telling you, but it's just a hit.
Okay, so that is 22. Also activating
Okay.
that cold.
Activating that cold. That's a big hit. So 32 points of damage. Bleeding again. Pretty good go.
And then
what else you got?
I think that like I could get taken out in one turn right now. and I have 2 targets now, so I'm going to again intensify vulnerability of the amulet.
Okay. And that does what? I always forget what that thing does.
Basically,
it
it
makes
just
your implement stronger. But...
Yeah, powers up one of my items. So with the amulet, it raises my AC against the creature.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. It is now this creature's turn. It will not regenerate thanks to the cold damage, and it will. It's going to go ahead and it's going to cast a spell. So you want to take a reactive strike there, near Kaj, you can.
Nat 1.
Natural 1, that's not good. And suddenly this thing starts to lift up into the air.
Bitch.
And it is now flying. And it gets itself up towards the ceiling.
So does that provoke as well?
It does. Yeah, the fly up will provoke. You've got 2. I forgot.
Oh no, I can't use 2 in one turn. Actually, that'd be the.
Yep. Combat reflexes.
I don't think
Can
I
you
can
not?
use 2 reactions. With combat reflexes, would that work?
Yeah.
Well, you have one that's only for reactive strikes, right?
Or tactical
Yeah.
reflexes.
Yeah, and you've used them for different triggers. If they were the same trigger, you can't use it twice.
Right.
If you have
true,
2 separate
okay.
reactions for the same trigger, you can only use one. But but you don't have a but you have an extra reaction. Yeah, you can do it.
You
can do
gain
it.
an additional reaction, so yes, you're good.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to
yeah.
wrap my head around exactly how this
Yeah.
works. And do I take a map on this? I can't
No.
remember.
No, never on a reaction.
It means that you could dodge away and reactive strike, or reactive strike.
34 is way better.
34 hits. So
21 damage.
fighters. 21 damage. Okay, good little hit. Okay, this thing floats up to the ceiling.
And you are taking that extra 10 for the cold.
Oh, it
yeah.
didn't the
I got
last
my
couple
pinky
times. Did you hit before? It didn't automate, so I didn't think of it.
Yeah, I hit for the 12. My
You hit
last
twice before, didn't you? The last turn. Can you just confirm that for me?
turn. Oh yeah, I did. I hit
Okay.
with a 31 and I hit with a 37.
Awesome. So that's an extra 30 damage it's taken that I didn't think of.
I forgot too.
Good on you, Scott. Yeah. Okay, so this
Yeah,
thing's
good
actually
thinking.
this thing's not looking great now. 30 damage is no slouch. Awesome. Okay, so this thing flies the ceiling. The ceiling's only 15 feet high, so it's effectively 10 feet out of your reach. Okay. So Beryl, you're up.
Oh no, you don't. And Beryl will cast Earthbind. Target one flying creature. Using the weight of Earth, I hamper a target's flight with effects based on its fortitude save.
Oh,
I succeed on my flat check for Stupefy. I need a fortitude save, please.
okay. For the record, I took 1 more bleed damage, and I failed my flash check that time. And fortitude save incoming. Natural 1. Oh my god.
Nice.
Going
Oh,
around.
things went the other way.
The target falls safely for 120 feet. If it hits the ground, it can't fly, levitate, or otherwise leave the ground for 1 minute.
Oh, amazing. Okay, and sorry, can you give me a retroactive flat check there, Duncan? Because the mist is all over. Yeah.
15.
Okay, we're all good then. Okay, so I fall back down to the ground.
Yep. And then last action. You know what? Get tripped about it too.
Why not?
Why not?
I deserve it.
You do. 27.
Fail.
Damn it. Well, I already had a pretty good turn, so I'll take it.
Not built for it on this guy, but I
Nope.
love the effort. Nirkash. Lump would have got it.
Yep. Lump would have.
Well, this seems like a good a time as any to stab this thing like crazy. 37 is a regular ass hit.
Flat check.
For 17 damage. Oh yeah, flat check.
Yeah, flat check me, please.
Flat check you and you'll like it 4. Okay, so that doesn't go through.
It's a miss, yeah.
Let's do the flat check first this time. 9, so a map -5 for 26 to hit.
Also a miss.
Yeah, he says, feelingly. And a 14 on the third flat check, but a failure on the actual attack. This is embarrassing.
You stab into the mist. Oh no! Stab at the creature. Oh,
I think actually Nick is still aiming up high and doesn't realize that it's come back to the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
I just gotta reach a little higher.
Just get up on his tippy toes.
Nick just has his eyes closed during most combats.
It's just so natural for
He just looks like a teenager. He looks like a teenager at a closed door with that big long stick with the hook to get the thing off the high shelf, you know, but he can't seem to get it.
Nick most of the time is doing gun kata from Equilibrium.
Raphael, it's your turn.
He will clamber into the room. I don't want to use the word stride because he has to go up, and that's not his forte.
Yeah.
So he will clamber in.
Rough. Besides clambering,
He will spend his last 2 actions to cast a Ray of Frost on the creature with a 13 on the flat check.
okay,
That is a 33 to hit.
that hits.
16 points cold.
Okay, awesome. Good timing on that. It's going to take extra cold, and you know its regeneration is going to be shut off again. Harold.
Harold. Okay, so Harold's first mirror image of himself will disappear. He returns to just being his original self, but glints the mirror again and thus provides himself with flanking one more time and will strike out with the cleaver. Lame. Hero point, because that was a 26 to hit, which I know is a miss.
You are rolling d10s. Come on.
36 to hit. How about that?
36 hits, yeah.
That is 22 points of damage plus my 10.
Okay. This thing is in dire straits now.
And
Larva is just like falling off of it.
fuck it. Matt -4. 35 to hit.
Hey.
35 hits.
And that is going to be 19 points of damage plus the gold.
Describe your kill.
So basically, Harold just glints the mirror and creates a second version of himself, and they both just hack down with the cleaver and just split this motherfucker down the middle from both sides.
Wicked. I can see it. Awesome. Combat over. I'll tell you right now, the next thing it was going to do was increase the level of the water in this room and make things even more difficult. But you stopped it in time as its rejuvenation is shut off. And I'll go ahead and give James another hero point for the flavorful round of wasting his own action economy and making me laugh at the same time.
I call it playing by the rules, but I appreciate it.
I call it unnecessary avoiding meta, but yeah, I dig it. It's funny.
Can't be useful every combat.
Awesome. This is a wonderful example of how what is considered a low difficulty encounter can be terrifying if you hadn't healed beforehand.
And the ones, boss, the ones.
There were so many ones and so many low rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think everybody clipped a 1.
yeah. That was a fun combat. Could have been a little bit gnarlier, but you know, it's 1 versus 4, so it's kind of tough. Wicked success. You guys are looking in rough shape.
Yep.
The only way out of this room beyond where you came from is 2 large doors to the west, on the north and southern sides of the western wall, under that wall that the water is flowing. It's really like a small gap.
I think I may need some medical attention, please. That everything is wrong, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, no, that does not go there.
Yeah, sorry for pushing.
And Beryl just pulls like a weird larva out of Ruff. And it's just still wiggling, steps it on the ground, stomps on it with a metal boot. No. We need to just get the fuck out of here. To be completely honest with you, this is all totally fucked. I am out of magics. Harold looks like shit for the first time. Normally the grime, it works for him, but it does not here, okay? We need to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel very good, I'll tell you that. It's just like a trickle of blood.
Gather around for just the briefest moment so I can make sure we are safe to travel, and then we will depart post haste.
remind me how I ditched the second condition, Freeman?
You have a disease, so you need to remove the affliction. Within an hour, you will have to do another check. And that may or may not remove the disease, because it's at stage 1 right now.
Everyone heal for 60.
So treat disease is how I get rid of it?
60, goddamn.
Oh, it took us 30 minutes to get there. Barrel's hands were shaking and constantly having to pull out gross stuff from your bodies.
Now, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but if we go back through there and up through them tubes, we got that rope, but are we worried about what's going to happen with that lady whisperer or whatever the fuck she's called?
You may remember that she closed the opening to the pipe behind you.
She closed the aperture.
I think we will need to finish the trials before we will be given the opportunity for a respite.
And Barrel will try to throw up, given 30 minutes. Can I safely assume that I can now puke away from the swamp sickness, Freeman, or am I still in it?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you stick in this room, you should be able to avoid it.
Okay. So north or south door, then. Let us get this over with.
Well, so it's half an hour to heal everyone up?
Yep.
Okay, and you're just going to press on, is that right?
We don't think we have a way to get back out of here, so.
Okay, sure. Just checking. No one has anything for Ruff's disease, no spells or anything like that?
No. Treat disease is an 8-hour downtime activity.
The only thing I could potentially have is Staff of Healing. Hang on. Sound Body. I use that one on myself. Cleanse Affliction. It is 3rd rank. I could attempt to remove your disease with. So yeah, I'll go ahead and try that. I'll cast Cleanse Affliction. I make a spell attack roll. Oh, natural 1. You know what?
Whoa.
I have a couple hero points. I rolled so much better. I got all the way up to like a 6 that time. So for 25. That will not cut it.
Nice.
No, it's not going to cut it.
What about a Slayer's Strike? Would that help?
I do believe.
Anything would help at this point.
We just burned the disease out of you with holy fire.
You tried for that ginger ale.
All right. Well, they're doing that. Harold is searching this room thoroughly.
Okay, searching the room thoroughly. Roll me a perception.
29.
You don't see anything. All of the tangling creepers that were formed by that spell have receded away. The mist is gone. The reeds are all burnt away, and this room is quite stark and stagnant, and no particular hidden things are revealed.
All right, I'm gonna try to cast Clear Mind.
Okay.
It will remove Stupefied if I do okay. So
Okay.
this is my last chance to get rid of Stupefied. Oh, natural 20. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, baby.
You need to roll a flat
Finally,
check, right?
Get the fuck up. Yeah. I do need a flat check. 3. No, fuck you. I'm gonna hero point the last one. I can hero point it. It's a D20 roll. Fuck you. 9.
Yeah.
Get off me, Stupefied.
Stupefied's gone. Oh, that's brutal. I love it.
If this is the last room, we're going to feel like such fools.
No, I
Fly.
won't, because fuck that Stupefied. I feel like a fool for not checking.
Nick's going to listen at this door to the north.
Yeah, you give a listen. Give me a perception.
No. 20.
You don't hear anything.
Sounds like a door.
There's some trickling water next to you. That's about all you hear.
I have to pee a little.
Harold,
Yeah.
Harold, please, dear God. Barrel will like go ahead and pull like just a spine out of Harold's like abdomen. Like, you need to take care of yourself. I cannot keep doing this for you. Natural 20, so it's gonna be 48 plus 30. You're just fully healed.
Yeah, Jesus
Everyone
Christ.
else healed for
I
10.
wasn't even going to ask.
Okay, how much more time does that take?
10 minutes.
10 minutes plus thoroughly searching around, so I'm gonna make it 15.
Yep, and Beryl will go ahead and recast Oaken Resilience to top that back off on herself.
Okay.
Hey, one moment. I Nick, would you care to be big?
Oh, always.
Okay, then we're going to go ahead and enlarge lasts for 5 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and I feel like this is the room to just blow it all. Fuck it. Gonna go ahead and cast Heroism and Enlarge on Nick. So for the next 5 minutes, Nick is heroicized and enlarged.
I mean, I guess that's a
Same
call,
difference.
because like either there's going to be something in here, it's going to be hard and we're going to have to kill it, or we're going to open it and then we're going to be able to get the fuck out of here and retreat and go heal or rest. So why not?
Yeah, like
And then Nick won't feel like the little guy when he's walking out with you in like magnanimous victory.
but yeah. So go ahead and
okay.
add Heroism and Enlarge to yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. No, not you, Harold. I didn't make you the big Harold. You're
I
not
just wanted to
Harold.
see if I could do it. Turns out I can do it.
Yes.
And some tokens.
But yeah, Beryl will go ahead and knock on the door, then open it. We're coming in.
Okay. Knock, 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 knock. Open the door, and opens to a rather large room. You can see this stream of water has cut straight through the room to the other side to another wall that looks identical to the one you just had. It goes under the wall, and two identical doors to what you just have here. So that's over on the western side. You immediately see Lady's Whisper in this room, standing to the south of what looks like a single giant slab of stone in front of where you would have expected doors, which you saw from the other side from those pipes. And so somehow she's managed to make it to the other side of this slab of stone. To the south, this chamber is much larger from north to south. At the very end is a dais, like 3 steps up, with a massive carved skull just sitting on it. And by massive, I mean like it is 20 feet across from like chin to back of the head kind of thing. It's just this big carving. And the ceiling itself is vaulted, so this is like the largest room you've seen so far. Where you're standing now, it peaks to 60 feet, and the vault in the center goes up to 80.
Oh, it's huge as fuck.
It's big. Otherwise, it's quite run down and stark. And Lady's Whisper is just standing to the south of that stone slab, kind of like staring towards the skull at the south, just like opposite it, like it's like Lady's Whisper has just taken its place across from this what is obviously a place of some kind of worship.
And the stream that bisects the room is like no deeper than it was in the room we just left.
No, same.
As we approach her, does her demeanor change, or does she point somewhere?
So you all step into the room, and who goes up to her? Or does anyone? I know Ruff in the past has gone right up and just waited.
Yep. Beryl will follow.
Okay. All right, so Ruff walks up to Lady's Whisper. Put yourselves where you think you're going to be, and
I do want to clarify that he is holding the Whispering Reeds in one hand and the longsword in the other.
okay. You stand there next to Lady's Whisper for a moment.
I'm scouting.
Okay. And there's just this blank stare beyond you towards the skull for, a couple of beats. And then suddenly the head sort of turns slightly towards you, Ruff. And you start to hear these sibilant whispers in your ears. In fact, slowly but surely, all of you hear this sibilant sound. And the Lady's Whisper kind of almost cocks its head to the side looking at Ruff, and just you suddenly hear it speak amongst these whispers, and you just hear, "Defilers, you do not worship the dread god. Your purpose here ways profane. Suffer. And we're going to roll for initiative.
Ooh.
God damn it.
So that's why they call it the Lady's Whisper.
And Cam's worst dream comes true.
Yeah,
Good thing we healed.
We probably should have rested in
Related to
that
lesser
last
death.
room.
he did get elected. So
Okay, and let's see here. Who got what for initiative?
Big Nick with a 31.
Big Nick.
+2.
Plus 2. Barrel, what'd you get?
just kept up the good roll and got a 24 with a 5 on the die.
Okay, and Harold?
23, baby. Bang, bang.
Okay. 20, sorry, you said 25, 23. And Ruff?
Ruff reaches into the future to try and destabilize the timeline and is not able to grasp upon those future
Oh, no.
threads and is rocking a 15.
Oh, not great. Okay. All right, and that's going to put us at the top of round 1 with Nirkaj. Giant Nirkaj. Love the Big Nick.
Well,
So just so the listeners know, Ruff is like standing diagonal but adjacent to the Lady's Whisper, and everyone else is to the east, kind of jumbled together, Nick right by the doors they walked in.
she hasn't been super hostile towards us yet.
You can feel, actually, so you can feel the sibilant whispers getting louder and louder, and actually need you to roll a will save at the start of your turn. That's how you know things are getting hostile, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's hostile enough. 28.
28 is a fail. Got any hero points?
Nope. You like any of my recent jokes?
You are frightened too. I liked that one, but not hero point liked.
Bummer.
You are at a regular fail. You are frightened too.
Okay.
These whispers are really putting you on edge.
In an attempt to overcome his fear, he will stride to the other side of the Lady's Whisper so as to be in flanking with Ruff.
Can you stride all the way around, or do you need to tumble through if you want to go straight through there?
Let's see here. From over here. Yeah, I would need to tumble through.
You're too big is the problem. You're really large.
Well, I'm gonna do a big acrobatic tumble through because I'm a big boy like that.
Just like a hop over her head.
25.
Versus my
Reflex.
fortitude or reflex. Yeah, not gonna do it.
Shit.
Yeah, so you're gonna basically stop your movement right there in front of Barrel.
Okay, well, big old Bud in Barrel's face, he's going to take a strike with a 28 to hit.
28 is a miss.
And 32 with a mat -5.
That will hit.
20 damage, 15 piercing, 5 sonic.
Okay, 20 damage. All of it seems to go through as you land a big old spear blow on the Lady's Whisper, and that's your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. The Lady's Whisper will reach a hand out towards you, Nick, and swing one of its skeletal claws. Rolling terribly for a 25.
Okay, so he's going to use dodge away. I guess I'd have to tumble through. No, I guess he can't really move 10 feet, step 10 feet away from there, can he?
Right now you can't, no. There's too much space occupied. So just a regular roll miss, and then going to swing a second claw. 28 to hit.
Okay, this time he's going to use dodge away, but he won't move because he wants to move his 28 AC to a 29. It's a miss.
Good call. And then this thing will... it swings a claw again, and you like dodge out of the way, and then as you like reposition yourself, it just touches a hand on you. And I need you to roll a fortitude save.
29.
29 is a fail. However, I am casting a spell, so you can react or strike if you like.
Well, I'm gonna, but I don't like it. 31.
31 hits.
23 damage.
23 damage. Okay. So you have failed the Vampiric Feast. That is 34 points of void damage. And in case anyone wants to call me out, yes, the Lady's Whisper is in fact quickened. Swing, cast a spell, all super fast. And suddenly Nyx just starts to like the void damage just like touches onto your scales, and you can feel parts of you start to like rot away in this awful, awful feeling. Beryl, you're up.
All right. Beryl will go ahead and...
Oh, sorry, roll me a will save. As the sibilant whispers get louder and louder in your ears.
35 for the will save.
That's a success. You're good. You're actually temporarily immune for 1 minute.
Ooh.
All right. Beryl will slam her heels into the ground and jump 30 feet behind the...
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then we'll use the polarizing mace, the 2 actions, to call down a lightning bolt between Nick and her.
Hell yeah.
So I need a reflex save.
Yes. This is the first time this has been used.
Yep.
Okay, reflex save.
So
Lightning bolt
leaps
shoots
around
between
and
the
then
two of you.
superhero 3-point landing slams the polarizing mace into the ground as the lightning crackles from Nick's spear.
Awesome.
Shit.
I rolled terrible. I got a 23.
Oh, that is just barely a failure. 40-12. I rolled awful, but that's 17 points of electricity damage, and it was very fun.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. That was super cool. I love it. You can have a hero point for the superhero move. Why not? Okay, that's your turn.
That is all 3 actions, yes.
Okay, Harold.
Harold is going to exploit vulnerability.
Okay.
35.
Success.
Wow. Haven't seen this before. Well, I probably have. No weaknesses, no resistances. And it's just a personal antithesis.
That's all you got.
I
Yep.
take. And then after doing
better
that,
than nothing.
Harold will run into flanking with ya boy Ruff
Okay.
and strikes out at this creature with the cleaver.
Mm-hmm.
33 to hit off guard.
That hits. Yeah.
So it's going to be 19 points of damage plus 7.
Okay. Awesome. So 26 total. Your bleed does nothing. I can tell you that right now.
What about my
And
caustic or acid? I mean,
yeah,
corrosive.
all that seems to go through. Everything goes through. Yeah.
Good.
It's just that it's got nothing. It's got no blood. Is the thing. So
All right. With the slash, Beryl will go ahead and brine dragon bile reaction.
ooh.
Spit on it.
What's the trick on that? Oh, just
Spits
slashing
on it.
damage. Okay, yeah.
Slashing damage or piercing damage.
Cool.
4 on the die. You know what? I just got a hero
Oh,
point.
no.
Let's keep this economy going. 32.
Let's go. Yeah, that is.
All right, you're going to take 2d6 persistent damage.
Okay. What? No. Oh, yes, I am. Nice. Acid.
Fuck on.
Perfect. Very good call. All right. That's you, Harold.
That's it, dude.
Okay, Raphael, can you finish this thing off? Who knows?
Well, Ruff would like to do a recall knowledge with his first action.
Sure. It's going to be religion.
How about Lord Nimbleoff?
How about it? I'll take it.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, I will.
It's a 34.
Oh, DC 33
That's it, baby.
with a unique creature. Holy crap. Okay. Lowest save is Fortitude. It is, however, got some typical undead immunities, which I'll give you right out of the gate: death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, unconscious.
Not fun at parties.
Of course, it can't bleed as well. Yeah, definitely not fun at parties. What else would you like to know about this creature for its abilities?
Let's go with... I specifically want to know if it has any multi-target attacks, like a burst or an AoE.
Its sibilant whispers are pretty strong, which reminds me, I should have got Harold to roll that will save. Please do that, Harold. And it is a full-on spellcaster, actually. So it might have some spells that do that.
28.
28 is a fail, which would have made you frightened 2, which would have made you still hit. Okay, good.
Nice.
Just double checking. Yeah, you know it's a full-on spellcaster, but I'm not going to make that count towards. You just watched to cast a spell, so it's.
Can I ask a question real quick? Just.
Mm-hmm.
Was I supposed to take that at the beginning of my turn or the end of my turn, and therefore did one of them tick off at the end of my turn?
Yes, I ticked off your turn.
Thank you.
Correct. Yeah, I would have ticked off on Nick's turn too, but actually Nick would have had to roll again because you're not immune unless you succeed. Just throwing it out there.
So I just rolled that will save, got a 21, so I'm assuming I'm frightened 2 as well, which would actually drop my check to 32, which would be a failure, so I'm not going to ask you any further questions.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Good call. Frightened 2. You already succeeded a check on this creature to some degree already, so you already knew some stuff, I believe, because that's how you figured it was, related to a lesser death and all that, right? So
yeah, we're real tight knit here, and I want to make sure that there's not a burst effect that's like innate that they can do. That's my real.
Yeah, none that
the
you're aware of.
spellcaster, we're gonna get in there and bang, but I need to make sure that there's no huge repercussions to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so with his next 2 actions, knowing that there are no weaknesses and no resistances, he will do a spell strike with ignition.
Okay.
So his flaming sword comes down for a 37 damage.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, 19 on the die. 16 points slashing and 16 points fire.
Okay, decent. All right, smash down this thing, and some of it's like ritual finery that's like barely there, and these little like dangly kind of charms and stuff start like flying off as you all kind of pile down on the Lady's Whisper and start beating it. Top of round 2 with Nirkaj.
Will save?
Yeah, will save, please.
Will save, you say?
I do indeed.
23.
Oh, okay, you're back to frightened 2.
Well, I didn't even want to take it down anyways.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. Nick likes living on the edge.
Which I actually didn't take it down before I rolled that, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyways, as far as I know.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay, well, frightened, big, heroic. He's just gonna fucking stab, I guess. 30 to hit. Flanking.
Flanking, yep, that hits.
For 23 damage.
Okay, good hit.
25. Probably not.
Nope, not gonna do it.
And a 16. Okay.
Okay, not so much. Okay, at least you got 1 hit in there. It's going to come back to the Lady's Whisper's turn, who is going to suddenly swing a claw at Harold for a 32 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, Harold, you're going to take 15 slashing, and I need you to roll me a will save.
Oh, no.
It is a 33.
33 is a success.
And I'll make that a critical success.
Wonderful. Okay.
Nice.
Second attack comes in for a 29 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, and 10 more slashing damage, and please roll me another will save.
35.
Oh, you're rolling real good on those. Okay, awesome. So this thing swing, tries to come at you, Harold, and you can sense something is trying to, it's almost trying to shunt you out of your position, but it's not pushing you, but something is trying to like make you not there anymore, and you can't quite pin down what it is. And then suddenly the Lady's Whisper is going to cast another spell. So give me some reactive strikes.
30.
30 hits.
Or 22.
Okay. 23 misses. Anyone else?
Nope.
Get any more Dragon Bile?
I'm out.
No, that's just for persistent anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, and suddenly the Lady's Whisper just like raises it does a claw, raises its hands. A couple swings come in to try and slash it, and then all of a sudden it just turns into vapor. Oh, I put it on Nick by mistake.
Ooh, I'm
and it
big
suddenly
and smoky.
Takes on the form of vapor and looks, it's not even the ghostly form of a skeleton. It is suddenly smoky mist in front of all of your eyes. And that's what we're going to call it.
How's that for a careless whisper?
Boo.
Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.